Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while. Just wanted to say I picked up this book. It came in the mail the other day. Terry suggested I get Zulu with some guts behind it, and I'll do a book review on this. This thing really got me excited when I got this, and I went down to the cellar and I brought all kinds of stuff up. So what I want to show you is my Praetorian army, which when I was playing 40K, I got some that I haven't opened here. But this is the box set here. This is what Gamers Workshop originally came out with, if you remember that. So they originally came out with that. And you had this. Right. So it was pretty cool. I used to love the Imperial Guard, and I used to play my Praetorians all the time. And instead of 24th, this was the 27th. And that's before they came out with that, so that's cool. That's a poster I got a few years ago, which was rolled up on the cellar as well. I don't know why it's not on my wall, but I think because I couldn't find a frame, more than likely. And then I picked up this set here, Zulu Dawn, which was the Battle of Zulu Dawn, which then Rorkes Drift was the break off of that after Cachueo's MPs finished at Zulu Dawn. They went down to Rorkes Drift. Of course, just about everybody knows that. And then I remember finding this in a comic book shop, which was pretty neat. Let's see what we got here. So this is 1964. And Dell came out with a bunch of movies, and this thing is so old and so brittle, it is not funny. I'm almost scared to open it up, but wow, what a great movie. I remember when I was a kid, I saw this, I died. So that was the comic book. We got the Zulu Dawn movie. Of course, that's the 28mm Rorkes Drift, which we ended up doing a box opening for Terry for that. The poster I have no idea when that poster came out, but it's definitely cool. Then these are postcards that came out of the Zulu Dawn set. I don't know if I did that long enough for you guys to see. So in Zulu Dawn, Burt Lancaster, Peter O'Toole, and Simon Ward were in that movie. And in Zulu, Stanley Baker, Michael Caine's first appearance, first major motion picture. James Booth, Ulla Jacobson, and Jack Hawkins, as we have here for the movie Zulu. And then these were my old Imperial Guard that I was painting up to back up my Praetorians here. And we had some Arbites that went along with it. Basically what I was putting together was allies. We had an Inquisitor with Penal Legion and some Mordians, some old Imperial Guard, old IG, Horse, Rough Riders. And I was painting these guys up to back up my Praetorians here. So I had 4 squads with heavy weapon section, 3 heavy weapon sections, layers cannons, and mortars. Some of the old tank guys. Old Imperial Guard commissars. It's cool to break this stuff out. I haven't done that in a while. Well, guys, so basically, Terry got the book here. Turned me on to the book. Now I just gotta figure out. Here we go. So Terry turned me on to the book right here. There's some guts behind it, and check this out. This is very cool. I have no idea what that is. That's the comic book. It's pretty cool, huh? So thank you, Terry, for suggesting this book. I think I paid like $35 for this. Well worth it. Oh my, I'm telling you. But it's definitely got some cool stuff. Which I was going through this, and it has alternate endings, and the alternate endings says all the script drafts contain versions of the aftermath of the battle, including the reflective dialogue between Chad and Bromhead, the sudden reappearance of the Zulus on the hillside, and the arrival of the relief column, as well as the further tying up of loose ends, eventually deleted from the film during the final editing, which is pretty sad because I would love to see that. Which will be described later. There are, however, considerable variations in the way the various scripts dramatize these scenes. For Bob Porter, the passage in which Chad and Bromhead take stock and Chad reveals his own inexperience in combat provides the core of the film's meaning. The scene with Michael Caine portrayed to us what the film was all about. That war is an obscenity, a waste of time, and a waste of life. That scene brought out everything that we tried to do throughout Zulu. The precise tone of this scene changed somewhat in successive drafts before reaching its present one of grave irony. The original version reads as follows: Chad, with a look at the other man. Well, you fought your first action, Brommy. And Bromhead replies, yes, I wonder if all men feel like this after. Chad, how do you feel? Bromhead, quietly, sick, disgusted, damn silly, isn't it? Was that how it was with you, John, the first time? Chad, almost angrily, the first time? What the hell's the matter with you, Brommy? Did you think I'd been in this before? I'd been in action before this? Bromhead, catching fire, too. Well, of all the confounded cheek, you strutting about putting on side. Chad, taking a step toward him. You infernal peepsqueak. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? He stops and the two men stare at each other, each suddenly conscious of what they are doing and ashamed. There is a strain and weariness in their face, and after a pause, Chad, pushing a fist against Bromhead's shoulder. All right, Brommy. The revised script removes the air of embarrassed humor maintained here to make the tone of the discussion more modern and to give Bromhead a newfound maturity. This version gives Chad a tougher retort to his innocent query. The first time, you damned fool, do you think I've been in action before? Do you think I could stand this knacker's job more than once? This was wisely haunted to Butcher's yard. So apparently he said, the first time, you damn fool, do you think I've been in action before? Do you think I could stand this knacker's yard more than once? So they changed knacker's yard to Butcher's yard, which I think had a better feel to it too, which was in the final draft. Here Bromhead's reaction is one of shock, disbelief, rather than comic outrage, in keeping with the shift of the tone. The final script adds a further gloss on this dialogue, echoing the anti-military theme associated with Chad, who responds to Bromhead's remark that they don't have to do badly. Okay, alright. Be silent. I don't know what you were doing. When the Zulus make their final appearance, all the script drafts describe the despairing reaction of the now demoralized and dispirited soldiers. They are frozen in exhaustion. They can't move. They have done all and more than could have been expected of them. They stare up the hills, and one soldier breaks down, his head in his hands. They are finished. Bourne and the sergeants move among them, shaking them, coaxing them and threatening them. It is no good. Chad swings around. He is no longer a human being, but an iron automaton, red-faced and fierce. He alone is the man in the defense, able to stand on his feet with the will to fight. Pretty cool. Jumping over here, I thought this was pretty cool. If you see this picture right here, that's when the mounted relief shows up, and this was totally edited out of the movie. So it says Chad and Bromhead. They are standing feet astride, hands behind their backs, watching the grave digging party at work beyond the broken perimeter. They look up to the hillside, and the wide shot self-view, and you see the cavalry coming on screen from the left at the gallop, breaking from column into skirmish line, and at last halting in a screen beyond the station and the hill where the Zulus were last seen. Bromhead. Well, your cavalry has arrived. Chad looks at his watch, his hand, and sniffs wryly. Bromhead. A relief column with nothing to relieve. How disappointing for them. Perhaps they'll take on a bit of guard duty while we get 40 winks. Meanwhile, Chad is turned around, and in the background we see a buggy arriving from the south. It halts, Wit and Margarita alight. Chad. I don't think our time is our own yet. Bromhead, moving off, says, Oh yes, I've suddenly thought of something urgent that needs attention. Buggy in the distance, Margarita walking towards Chad. He turns his head, sees her, and slowly and warily he leaves the digging party and walks towards her. Two shot Chad and Margarita as they meet, Wit approaching in the background. Chad, not understanding. Why? What do you want? Margarita. This is my home. Or I should say Margarita, because I'm saying Margarita, which is a drink, but what the hell, right? Wit arrives, his face haggard. He looks about him, and then, Wit, you're alive. Chad. You were a bad prophet, Mr. Wit. Wit, exultant. I thank God with you all. Chad is about to answer this, and then he looks at a distant hill. There is a wondering admiration in his tone. Chad, your Zulu parishioners did well. He turns back to Wit, his tone hardening. Chad, they've seen the Bible in your hands and the Martini rifle in ours. What are they supposed to make that choice? Wit, hurt and confused. Mr. Chad, it is written that we must walk in the newness of life. Chad, cannot argue. He nods wearily and walks off. Wit, Mr. Chad, and he moves forward. Margarita, stopping him. Father, no. And then, as if giving orders to a child, go to the wounded. Wit looks at her, not understanding the change in her. He takes a step